Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the China Glaze Wonka collection for holiday/winter 2023. This is in collaboration with the new movie that's coming out. So 6 polishes altogether. You can find these at beyondpolish.com, so I will link that website down below. I also have a coupon/affiliate code with Beyond Polish, so I will have that on the screen and in the description box. 6 polishes altogether, and I'll get into the swatches. Since this is a holiday collection and a big movie themed collection, there are a lot of little gift sets and things that come out along with it. We have this 6-piece mini set, so it has all of the polishes in the collection just in mini bottles. There are a couple of these duos which have full-size bottles and little sheets of nail art stickers. These are the only full-size polishes that are available in the duos with the stickers, which I think is a little weird because I think they're the least exciting out of the collection, but whatever. And then there's also a full-size sheet of nail art stickers that they've put out as well. So the first polish is called Totally Taffy, and this is described as a fluffy pink cream. This one is a little bit streaky and a bit uneven. I felt like I had to work with this quite a bit to try to get it as evened out as possible. I also feel like maybe the formula leaned a little bit thin, but it was very, very minor, so I'm kind of second guessing myself on that, but it would make sense with the streakiness. It was still a little bit patchy even on the second coat. It was way more obvious once it was fully dry. It looked okay wet, but once it was dry, I definitely needed a third. The third coat did cover completely for me. If I looked really close, I feel like I could still see some minor flaws even on the third coat, but that's me getting really, really picky. So that is 3 coats of Totally Taffy. The next polish is called Wonka, and China Glaze doesn't have a fantastic description of this on their website, but I'm guessing that they're just going for glittering gold. Great formula on this one, decent coverage. It was very, very sparkly too. I definitely thought it was going to be more chrome from looking at it in the bottle. There's some very subtle, almost pink or orange little shimmers in this that are very, very difficult to pick out. I can't even see them here on camera, but I could see them in person, and that added a cool little extra touch of something to this. This easily covered in 2 coats, and again, I like it so much more on my nails than I did in the bottle. So that is 2 coats of Wonka. The next polish is called Pure Imagination, and this is described as a magical purple shimmer that shifts to a golden hue. So this is a jelly base, but it was surprisingly opaque. I was just expecting this to be much more sheer than it was, but it actually covered really well, and the shimmer is very strong. The shimmer in here is shifty. It was hard to pick up on camera, but once that second coat built up and the base got a little bit deeper, the contrast was a little bit better, and you could see the shift slightly better. Still not great on camera though. So that is 2 coats of Pure Imagination. The next polish is called Secret Recipe, and this is described as a rich milk chocolate cream. A little sheer on the first coat, but it still went on fairly evenly. I will say the formula on this one felt just slightly thin to me as well. Not too thin or watery or anything, but just noticeably a little thinner than I was expecting. This covered completely for me in 2 coats, and I was just going really slow and extra careful because I didn't want to flood my cuticle with this, with the formula being just a little bit thinner. So that is 2 coats of Secret Recipe. The next polish is called Noodle, and this is just described as a teal shimmer. Good formula on this one, really good coverage as well. I was expecting this to be a bit more sheer than it was, but it was actually really decently opaque. That shimmer also goes on very evenly, really no brush strokes through it at all, even when it's wet. And this polish easily covered completely for me in 2 coats. So that is 2 coats of Noodle. And the last polish is called For the Dreamers, and this is described as a rich and glittery burgundy. So this one was a little bit on the thick side, not too thick. There is just a lot of glitter in it, and you could feel that there was a lot of glitter in it, but the base was really, really saturated, which is nice, because now we don't need to layer a bunch of glitters on top of each other for it to cover completely, which it did cover completely in 2 coats. You will have a lot of texture from this because it's glitter, and it will be more difficult to remove. So that is 2 coats of For the Dreamers. So starting out with Totally Taffy, the first one that I have here is Fresh Princess. This one leans a little bit more coral, more pale than Totally Taffy does. And then this one here is Here for the Candy. This is from spring or summer. I think it was spring 2022 collection. Also more pastel and a little bit lighter, so no close dupes there. So for Wonka, the first one that I have over here is Best Ponies Forever. This is much more of a gold chrome, a little bit of a dirtier, more antique-y, I guess, gold chrome versus this very sparkly bright gold that is Wonka. The next one that I have over here is High Standards, also more of a paler gold and definitely more chrome and not as sparkly.
Then this is Wonka again. And then over here is Gold Mine Your Business. This one is more sheer, has a slight holographic sparkle to it, and is a much warmer gold than very yellow. I don't know how to describe it. Like, they're both warm, but this one is almost going orangey gold, where this is still a very yellow, very sparkly gold. So next is Pure Imagination. The first one that I pulled out is Valet the Sleigh. This is more of like a foil metallic, so it's got that really broken up kind of glittery look to it. Doesn't have the same shimmer, not super close there. I also have Fala, what is this? This is from a Sesame Street collection. Fala Ah Ah Ah. And this looked kind of similar in the bottle, but is a much lighter shade with a strong gold shimmer to it, so nothing super comparable here either. So for Secret Recipe, the first one that I have here is Foie Gras. This is Ancient, definitely cooler, leaning a little bit more taupe. Secret Recipe is here. This one is called Caffeinated and Motivated. Close, kind of same tone, but a lighter shade. Secret Recipe again. This one right here is Give Me S'more. It's warmer, but very close, just a touch warmer. Secret Recipe again, and then this one over here is called Brew That, also very, very close. I think these two are the closest. Secret Recipe is just a little bit darker. Nothing exactly the same, but just very subtle differences between a few of them. Okay, so next I have Noodle. So the first one that I have is Mermaid for Bluer Waters. This is definitely more blue, is not going the teal direction that Noodle is going here. Then I have I Truly Assure You, also very old, and also very blue, not comparable. Then we have Noodle again. This one is Don't Teal My Vibe. This is probably the closest. It is a little bit lighter and has more of a shimmer to it, like a more obvious shimmer to it than Noodle, but they are pretty close. So next I have For the Dreamers. So first one here is Put a Bow on It. This is a much finer glitter, and it doesn't have that same like bright popping berry color to it that the tinted base gives you in For the Dreamers. And then next to that I have Gift for You, which is again a chunkier glitter. This was 3 coats and you could still see a lot of space in between the glitters, so not a full coverage and not like super easy to build up either because it is a bit thicker. These two kind of have the same tone, but For the Dreamers kind of has its own bright saturated thing going on with that tinted jelly base.
This one was really easy. Pure Imagination is amazing. It's got such a cool shifty shimmer. It's gold, it's pinky orange, it's green depending on the angle, and it stands out really, really nicely against the base. Really like this one. I like audibly gasped when I opened up the package and saw this one in there. So that is the China Glaze Wonka collection for holiday/winter 2023. Again, I will link the Beyond Polish website down below where you guys can find those. I also have my coupon/affiliate code with Beyond Polish, which I will have on the screen and in the description box. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.